What's going on, guys? So in today's video, I'm going to give you 5 bodyweight exercises that in my opinion are super overrated, and there are many different exercises you could be doing instead of them. So with these 5 exercises that I'm about to show you, I don't mean that they're completely useless and they don't do anything for you. What I mean is that I see too many people doing them thinking that they're getting a lot of benefit from it, even though they're missing out on some other exercises that are a lot more effective. If you're still doing crunches and sit-ups, I'm sorry to say, but that is probably one of the worst exercises you can be doing for your abs. Not just because they're super ineffective for training your abs, you're also wearing out your spine a lot by doing the repetitive crunching motion, and it can wear out your vertebrae and your disc if you do a lot of them every single day. And not to mention the second part of the exercise. So the first part is all abs, and then as soon as you lift up to this, you're using your hip flexors, and if you overuse your hip flexors, you can get some weird looking pelvic tilt. So yeah, stop doing crunches and sit-ups. They're super ineffective, and I don't know why so many people think like to train your abs you just have to be doing sit-ups, because that's a super outdated thing. There's so many better exercises. Easiest replacement is just doing leg raises. Like you're pretty much laying on the ground as well, just lifting your legs. You're not gonna wear out your spine like you are with doing sit-ups. And you can do like hanging leg raises. There are so many better ab exercises you should be doing instead of crunches and sit-ups. It's not your fault to think sit-ups are like the best way to train your abs, because it's what we've been told. It's what people used to do back in the day, and people still think it today, which is fine, but you just want to make sure you're not doing them anymore because they're super overrated and they're actually pretty dangerous. So the fourth most overrated exercise is probably gonna make a lot of people mad in the calisthenics community, but it is gonna be the muscle up. So the muscle up is one of those exercises that almost everyone thinks is like the most impressive thing ever, because you're just exploding yourself over the bar, and it is pretty cool to do for like a party trick, and it is pretty useful if it gets you into calisthenics, and which is great. But if you're trying to primarily work on building muscle, the muscle up isn't really going to cut it. A much more effective exercise, or exercises, is just breaking the muscle up into 2 exercises, which is the pull-up and the dip, which are a lot better for building strength and muscle than a muscle up will ever be. And you might be wondering, oh, but like if the normal dip and the normal pull-up, like bodyweight, is too easy for you, there are a lot more pull-up variations you can do. Like you can do weighted pull-ups, archer pull-ups, one-arm pull-ups. Those are a lot better than just doing muscle ups, in my opinion. And dips, you can do the exact same thing, just do weighted dips or dips on the gymnastic rings. And one more thing that I almost forgot to mention is that for a lot of people, if they have problem with their shoulders, that quick motion of rotating and pushing up could really mess up your shoulders if you already have like weak rotator cuffs or something like that. So for a lot of people, it's already off the table. So the third most overrated bodyweight exercise is everyone's favorite exercise in high school PE, which is the plank. So even if you do the plank correctly, which a lot of people don't do, even if you do a hollow body plank, it's got the same problems as the crunches, not because of like the spine and the hip flexor stuff. It's just because it's such an ineffective exercise. It just doesn't make any sense. Like if you think about it, like the world record for the longest plank is like 7-8 hours, probably more than that. That clearly just shows the plank can't be that hard or effective if someone can hold it for almost a quarter of a day. So just like with the crunches, if you're trying to train your abs with a plank, unless you're directly trying to increase your plank number, train the plank. If you're not, don't train the plank, because there are so many better ways to train your abs. And this is also one of those like outdated ab exercises that people still think are effective, because that's what people used to do back in the day. But now planks are just so useless compared to other exercises you can do. So if you're still doing planks, I would suggest you stop it, because they're overrated and they are not effective. Do a different ab exercise. So that's gonna be the second most overrated exercise. That was probably the perfect execution on how to do it, which are those explosive push-ups on your forearms and stuff like that. Just for Instagram, like that stuff, what are you doing? That is not building any muscle. A lot more effective exercise is just slow push-ups down and exploding up. That is a lot better than doing these weird forearm push-ups. If you're doing them because you think it's gonna build muscle, come on. do any other push-up exercise. Don't do these forearm things. That's gonna be the second most overrated, because I see it quite a lot actually, and I really hope those people aren't doing it for muscle growth. And we are back at the pull-up bar for the #1 most overrated bodyweight exercise, which actually isn't just one exercise, it's a whole style of calisthenics, and it's gonna be freestyle calisthenics. Oh, I'm gonna make a lot of freestyle calisthenics people mad. However, I think it is probably the most overrated thing in the world, and for, you know, just for one main reason, and that is the risk of injury is way too high for freestyle calisthenics, especially if you're doing it on concrete. Holy moly, if you mess up, fall on your head, you're done. But yeah, that is the main reason. However, if you're trying to build a lot of muscle, I would stay away from freestyle calisthenics. Like, if you can't do a 360 pull up, your body's not gonna magically build a lot of muscle to do that. But yeah, it's kind of weird to say that freestyle calisthenics is super overrated, because I would bet that almost everyone that does high-level freestyle calisthenics knows it's not for building muscle, but it's super fun, which is awesome. And a lot of those freestyle calisthenics athletes, they train the basic movements on top of the freestyle so they can get better, because they know the freestyle isn't by itself isn't going to make them very strong. So yeah, you can combine the two, which is awesome, but just don't primarily focus on doing freestyle calisthenics. Whoa! Did you see that? So that's gonna be the entire video for today. Thank you so much for watching my top 5 bodyweight exercises that are completely overrated, in my opinion. Of course, this isn't, you know, like facts. I'm not 100% right. These are just in my opinion. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. And if you guys want to see like the most underrated bodyweight exercises, I would love to do that as well. Just let me know in the comments down below, and leave a like if you enjoyed, and peace out.